Welcome back to Forks, Knives, and Spoons with Mia, Blaze, and JJ.
Hey now.
Hope everybody is doing wonderful. We got a couple of things to touch on. We went to Katalina's too. Fast, casual, American Latin fusion eatery. There's no bar drinks and there's no reservations, but they're only open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. What are some of the other reviews?
We looked at 3 reviews from Google, Yelp, and TripAdvisor, all over 4 stars out of 5 stars. One thing that's important to note is the owner responds to all of these reviews, and they're eager to address any missteps. Most common complaint was about the wait time, but you have to keep in mind that it's a very popular spot. They got popular days and hours. Let's see how we do with our Forks, Knives, and Spoon system. Check up here in your upper left-hand screen to keep a tally of forks that are good, knives that are bad, or the golden spoon. It's exceptional.
You have to stay to the end because there's a clue. Where will we be seen next? You'll only know if you stay at the end and leave that comment. Now, on to the review. Their location for Katalina's 2 is off of High Street. They have limited parking in the back. However, they do offer additional parking on the residential street. Now for their interior, it's bright with natural lighting with large windows facing the beautiful patio. The patio is wonderful. However, there's a lot of bees out there, so you might want to take that in mind if you want to sit outside. JJ, tell us a little bit more about that interior.
Well, they've got a large retail wall. It's full of coffee mugs, syrup bottles, hot sauce bottles, soda bottles, even bags of coffee and flour. Oh, really nice. They've got some quirky pictures up there. I think they might be pictures of the owner and her travels. And they've got signs about dogs are no longer allowed. Now, I guess they were allowed at one time, but not today. Also, don't cheat signs because you're supposed to go and get your order in before you find your seat. So very spacious, plenty of drink stations inside as well as outside too. I think the interior, the parking, all of that gets a fork, especially with that spacious patio.
Definitely a fork, and you really want to enjoy that. It would be a wonderful place to sit out and enjoy a nice breakfast or brunch for that matter.
And brunch is what we went there for, Mia, and you started out with hens in a basket. How was that?
The hens in the basket, it was okay. It did the job and it was delicious. It was some wonderful sourdough bread, lightly toasted, plus 2 eggs that I had prepared for myself over medium. And it was also served with their sweet and spicy bacon, which was good. Let me tell you about that. And it was wonderful. But the only takeaway from that for me was the Katalina purple craze hash. To me, it wasn't visually appealing, but other than that, the eggs and the bacon and the sourdough was right on point.
Fantastic. Now, I went in and I got and this really is the name, the award-winning breakfast tacos. There are 3 tacos made with local house-made chorizo, scrambled eggs, fresh tamalito, avocado, queso fresco. There's also cream on pico as well. And they accompany those 3 tacos with Mexican corn on the cob, which was actually very tasty when they put all that Mexican goodness.
It's cochito.
Oh, it's cochito.
Cochita cheese. They put cayenne on there, and I do believe that's a little bit of mayo, and that's what makes it that Mexican corn. It is delicious.
Now, I have to comment on the 3 tacos because number one, we did have a bit of a wait for them. When it finally came, it was cold. There's no easier way to say it. However, they recovered on that really quick and returned with another basket in less than 5 minutes. So I will give them kudos for being sensitive to my complaint. Other than that, it was a decent taco, and I will give it a 4.
So now to what they are definitely famous for, those Katalina original pancake balls. I can say that's a wowzer for me. 3 choices to choose from. You have Nutella, a dulce de leche, and Catalina's pumpkin apple butter, which is what I chose. And it's served with a local maple syrup. When I say these are definitely worth the trip, they are definitely worth the trip. And that was served with that thick cut, sweet and spicy bacon again. Borderline golden spoon, if you ask me.
I have to second that. Just the sheer texture and fluffiness of those wonderful sweet pancake balls. They just do something to the flavor palette that is undescribable. And it was just a symphony.
You know what it made me think of, JJ?
What?
Fall!
You know what? Instead of a fork, let's make it the golden spoon for the original pancake balls there at Catalina.
I definitely second that.
Absolutely, because they were just so awesome.
They were wonderful. If I didn't go back for anything else, it definitely would be to try the other two flavors. Golden spoon it is for those.
So let's move on to the price. I've got a total of $43.45 without the tip. And did the dining experience match the price? What do you think, Mia?
Well, with those ingredients that we paid for, I do believe that the price definitely reflects where they come from. They're all locally sourced, which means that they are definitely from farm to table. And once you have a little bit more fresher ingredients from your local proprietors, that does make it a little bit more expensive because we're supporting the local economy. So with that, it definitely evens out to a fork.
Especially considering they give you fresh squeezed orange juice.
Yes, that was deliciousness.
Absolutely, and it makes a difference
Still
too.
can't get over those pancake balls. Woo, gotta go back for seconds. Now, let's talk about that service. It's different, and it's something that they've developed that works for them. So you go in and you put your order in first, then you can find your seat. Hopefully there is a seat.
But don't forget your flag after you place your order. They need to see that number.
If they don't find the number, they can't find your food, but that's kind of what happened to us. So it has its quirks.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it does work on particularly busy days because it doesn't work in all situations. If your
No.
order is messed up, you got to get back in line. Maybe you're not even the first in line, and there's could be some wait involved.
Right, and you don't want to come across as rude or ruin someone else's dining experience.
It is what it is, and it's a knife. Let's take it back to the studio and wrap it up.
All right. And don't forget, Catalina's has two locations, one in the West Harris area on Pennsylvania Avenue and the other in Clintonville at 34 North High Street. Wonderful location. Now, don't forget to leave us a comment on this clue right here. Where will we be next? Now, with that being said, we want to enter you into our drawing so that you can win one of those gift cards that we are itching to give away. JJ, any other ending remark?
Despite some missteps, Catalina's does offer up some undeniably fresh dishes that are out of the ordinary.
Yes.
Particularly those pancake balls.
Which are amazing. If you go for nothing else, definitely go for those pancake balls.
Even more than that, in the research I did, I found they care about customers as much as they do employees. Back in June 2020, deep in the pandemic, they paid employees while the restaurant was being deep cleaned. Way to go, Catalina.
Kudos to you. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let everyone know that sharing this is like sharing a meal because it's always fun to have a meal together. Until then, see you next time.
See ya.